This video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to live from the end when it comes to visualization and how this can massively change the results that you're getting in life. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, we're going to be going more in detail to the quantum manifestation, to understanding some of the quantum physics of what we understand about the present moment right now, and how we can incorporate some of these ideologies into the processes that we're using to create what we want in our life. Now when it comes to visualization, normally the way we think about it is that we are visualizing because that will get us some type of result that is outside of ourselves. Now this inherently is where most of the problem is, because we're doing something from the frame that I don't already have it. So a lot of things in life, it's not so much the what as it is the how. How are we going about the process? And if we're going about it from the frame that I have or I want this over here but I don't currently have it, we create resistance, and that visualization doesn't really impact us in a powerful way because we aren't embodying the emotions right now. So first off, right off the bat, let's redefine the purpose of visualization. The purpose of visualization is to get us to a state of being that we prefer to feel in. That's it. That's the main intention when it comes to visualization. And if you start to apply this, you will start to get much better results because you start to resonate with the desires that you want rather than just trying to intellectually think and visualize it in your mind. Make visualization much more about the feeling than it is just the idea of the thought process, of the intellectual ideas that come along with it. Now, another reason why visualization can be so powerful is because as you do it, what you are doing is you're simply elevating your emotion. And when you elevate your emotion, you immediately start to speed up the process of manifestation itself. Now, normally they say there's two main ways that we can accelerate what we want faster. Normally it's either you increase emotion or you increase action. However, it's really about the marriage of these two ideas. It's about having an increased emotion, so something that we are feeling, something that we are embodying, and then also an intention. And that intention is a focus on something we want to experience in life. It's like an outcome. And when we start to combine these two things, it becomes very, very powerful. Now, what I'm also going to be doing is sharing with you some ways to make visualization much more powerful to really start to live from the end result. Now, first off, what we have to do is we have to become aware that the reality that you want to visualize, that you want to experience in your life, it exists right now. How do we know this? Well, what quantum physics shows us is that everything exists here and now. It is simply different rates of vibration. So, for example, if we think about this in the form of parallel realities, there is a version of you that is doing exactly what you want to be doing in life. Maybe you're already doing that. There's a version of you that is even more refined, a version of you that is in the perfect relationship. There's a version of you that gets to do what you want to do when you want to do it. There's so many different variations of it, but one thing to understand is that that reality exists right now. And you begin to connect to it as you begin to see through those eyes. So it's about that awareness, because then it becomes easier to connect to. Because if we're trying to create something outside of ourselves, if we're saying that over there will make me feel better, then in the present moment we are lacking that emotion and we are therefore resisting it. Instead, this comes with the awareness that that over there exists right now, and how can I embody those emotions now in the present moment? Rather than delay the gratification to feeling satisfied until I get to that external point in time. So this is really where the power is, and there's a couple key things that we can do to really wire this in. Now the first way is under what is called submodalities. Now a submodality is when you start to envision it and you start to feel from the senses. So we have five senses mainly, and that's the way that we interpret our reality. Now what you can begin to do is to be, first off, look through your own eyes when you're doing this visualization. It's much more powerful when you're seeing it as if it is happening, because the brain doesn't know the difference between what it is imagining to what is actually happening. So when you start to embody that state of being, of you being that way, guess what? your body will start to feel those emotions. Now, here's the key though. Don't just imagine what it would look like. Imagine also what you would be feeling. Imagine what it would taste like. Imagine what it would sound like. Bring in the different senses. So let me give you an example of this. Maybe you're imagining yourself living on the beach. So what you do is you would look through your own eyes. You would imagine as if you were walking along a path down to the beach from your house. And you see your house right over here and the beach down here. And what you do is when you get to the sand, you take off your flip-flops and you put your bare feet right into the sand. And you can then feel and imagine the sensations as you're walking, as you feel the sand under your feet. And then what you say is you say, hey, what would it smell like? Well, it would smell like there's probably salt. You could smell salt water. You could smell and you could feel, what else would you feel? A breeze come through. You'd feel a breeze. You'd smell the salt. Maybe taste it on your tongue. You would feel the warmth of the sun. And what you do is you start to bring in those sensations. You'd hear the crashing waves. All of these things, what it does is as you think about it, you are building the reality and the feeling as if it is happening right now. And as you build that emotion, simply know that that is something you are wiring into your subconscious mind. That is something that is also natural for you to experience. The key to this is to also bring your self-image with you. This is a missing link that so many people that visualize forget about. But they visualize certain things. Maybe they visualize a certain type of car that they want or a certain type of lifestyle. And they visualize it and they think it would be cool, but they don't actually see themselves as able to do it. And they think it's like almost on this pedestal. And I've talked about this before. Anytime we put something on a pedestal, we immediately distance ourselves from it. So the key then becomes, how can you make this more natural for you? It is natural for you to achieve your goals. It is natural for you to walk down to the beach and to be having that kind of experience. It is natural for you to attract the right person into your life. All of these things are natural for you because you are bringing your self-image with you. So it's more so remembering that what visualization is it's a process for increasing your state of being, and that when you simply realize that what you want to experience exists right now in the present moment, you begin to have the ability to more so resonate with that version of you. You start to experience it in a very powerful way, but remember the key is to bring more of the senses into the whole process rather than keeping it just about the intellectual ideas. Now, beyond this, how can you apply this more readily into your life? Well, there's a couple other things that you can do. Think about this in the form of energy field, right? We are resonating, our energy field. There is electromagnetic energy that goes outside of our body. We are not just our body, there's an energy field around us. And what we can begin to do is realize that our energy field is resonating at a certain quote-unquote frequency. And what we can do is if there's something we want to experience in our life, maybe it's being around the beach, maybe it's being around and having a certain type of lifestyle, one of the best things we can do is to immerse our energy field in that which we visualize. So this is why they say a lot of times you are the result of the 5 people you're around the most. That's because the 5 people you're around the most, their energy field is resonating and it's also affecting you. So this is about that awareness. So what can you do? You can start to get around people that already have that which you want to experience. And that then as you do that, it becomes easier and easier for your energy field to resonate with that kind of experience because you're immersing yourself in it. So you can do this and increase and resonate your energy field with what you want through visualization, but it becomes even more powerful when you bring it into daily life and you start to go out into the world and find those things that resonate with you. This is why they say sometimes it'd be a good thing to go drive a car that you want to buy. You literally are immersing in that energy field of it. Go to the kind of, maybe there's a certain type of place you want to live, a certain neighborhood. Go into that neighborhood. Walk around. Walk around and feel what it's like to have that kind of lifestyle, to go on a walk with your dog. Feel what that is like, because as you do that, you're starting to resonate more with those kind of experiences. Think of everything in life as a form of resonance. And when you start to powerfully resonate with what you want to experience, you start to create from a much higher paradigm. Because remember, visualization only has so much power unless you also add with it a high vibrational state of consciousness or a high vibrational emotional charge. But it must be natural for for you to be experiencing it. Now, I'll say that one of the things that changed my life the most in life in general happened years ago when I learned how to raise my vibrational set point. Before, I was feeling, majority of the time, like I was maybe at a 3 to a 5 out of 10. And what happened is I started meditating, I started understanding more about my vibration, and I started to naturally feel at a 7 or an 8 majority of the time. I almost thought it was too good to be true. I'm like, this is going to go away. And it never did. It just became my natural set point. So it wasn't as, exhilarating, because it became just natural for me. And what I've done is I've created a free guided meditation that will help you raise your vibrational set point so that you create from a much higher paradigm. And that's something that you can download for absolutely free. It's going to be in the top of the description box below. And that will help you to get the results that you want in a very profound way. Now, another thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing live Q&As on Instagram. So I'm going to go and link my Instagram below. If you guys want to interact with me and more than just like the videos and me commenting, if you guys actually want to ask me questions, follow me on Instagram, and I'm going to be doing those a couple times a week. So I look forward to seeing you guys there as well. So as I said, remember, this is all about understanding the sake of visualization. The purpose behind it is to simply wire in that which we want to experience and to increase the emotion that we are feeling. Realize that what you want to experience right now already exists. It's more so about resonating with it, and that you begin to resonate with it when you immerse your energy field in it, when you visualize from the point of feeling, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and you start to develop a powerful momentum in your life. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you guys liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that little notification here so that you guys can see the daily vids that I do. And other than that, as always, peace, much love.